And then we had an opportunity to work together. I just remember this powerhouse standing up in the back of the room, talking about what is to come, the changes that are going to be happening in hospitality as it relates to sales. And she's like, comments that you either grab us or you get gone.
I always say AI is not going to take your job, but an excited, curious salesperson that uses AI will take your job.
So that stuck with me as well. As I'm on this journey with you. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm like showing you how it can impact your position and your hotel. So I love that about you.
So AI has changed the game when it comes to sales. And for me, it's not a game of volume anymore. It's a game of value. At the end of the day, as salespeople, our job is to solve problems for our customers.
So before they even submit an RFP, before they even contact anybody, AI is doing all of that research for them. And we are finding and seeing that properties are not making that shortlist because they are not understanding where that information is being pulled from. The shortlist is happening, but we don't even know how we can influence it, but we can. Your job, if you look at your job description, it says that you are to create business. Like you are here to create demand, not just respond.
So it's crazy to see how many more direct inquiries, even from planners that simply say, I found your hotel via ChatGPT. Looks like you guys would be a great fit. Do you have any availability in the middle of August?
And listen, AI is going to replace us. It's going to be faster. It's going to be probably smarter in some ways because it's going to be connected to every system we have on site, and it will replace speed, but it will not replace trust. And we're going to get there. The current RFP system is on life support right now.
Yes.
And it's going to be gone before 2030. That's probably a 2027 evolution that we're going to see. It's a unique and exciting time to be in sales.
Someone wrote in the survey, "Can I just sit in my cubicle?" I was like, oh, dang. This is not the mentality of what is to come, because
I tell every new salesperson that I interview right now that if you don't have the confidence to pick up a phone and try and talk to somebody live, you will be replaced, right? Mm-hmm. And there's actually AI tools that are coming up that can pretend to be real people and have voice conversations, right? Us using that as a KPI for success for a hotel is going to be irrelevant. I don't want to know how quickly you're responding in this event because that's no longer something I'm paying a human to do. That's just going to be done by an agent. It's going to help us qualify a lead. It's going to help us move that forward.
Relevant will become outcomes. What do we drive to? Outcome based.
Money?
So whether it's money, site tours booked, meetings booked, hosted events.
I will add to that by saying, in fact, in my deck that I'm going to be presenting to HSMAI LA next week is going from a product-centric selling landscape to a problem-solving selling landscape. In that illustration being, instead of selling to flexible meeting space, thread counts, whatever the case may be, moving that towards a solution-based result, which AI is looking for. So it's not, here's a shot of my 25,000 square foot of flexible meeting space, to see how this 25,000 square foot of flexible meeting space helped facilitate and be the backdrop for an incredible sales kickoff call that helped this company exceed their third quarter sales goals.
So I would tell them they've got to build 3 muscles immediately. Data confidence, which is not going away. Customer understanding and people skills. We've all said it, right? AI will win the speed game. I'm not here to win the speed game, but I can win the trust game. And as administrative work and electronic noise all get more automated, the salesperson who can build trust, who can ask more questions and confidently engage with the customer directly is the one who's going to stand out.
And I would try to instill to a hotel seller, the more comfortable that they can put themselves on video, just like we're doing right now, and literally talk about what matters to their prospects, whatever that may be. If it's association business, if it's incentive business, start talking about what matters in a very casual, authentic way, and flex that muscle. Get used to being on stage virtually with that camera, creating content, making conversations, things that matter to about prospects, and the business will follow.
And we all connect on video with our loved ones. So we've got to be able to be comfortable if we're going to ask someone to do business with us to get on and be real with them.
The bar is not just low, it's literally in the basement on putting yourself out and becoming top of mind in somebody with just a little bit of personalization.
But the thing is, just detach from the outcome. You don't know if you don't try. We don't know if we send a little video, I'll do it in class. Like, I'll just pull it up and send a video to someone. If they never respond, so what? Move on. At least I did it.
I'm not trying to get you to buy a new cable program here. What I'm trying to do is make sure that your wedding is the wedding that your entire family talks about for years, because I've got the best venue that you're going to want to see in Sedona, right? Yeah. So listen, when I look at the team of the future, I don't think they're the biggest. I think they're the most connected. As Celeste said, we've got social forums, we've got LinkedIn, we've got all kinds of ways to be connected. I think they're the most intelligent and they're the most human, because they're using everything as a benefit to help them work smarter and not harder, right? It actually elevates the importance of human connection in sales, which is what I think the three of us have all been talking about. Again, right? AI is going to help us respond faster. It's not going to build trust. We're going to instill the trust from the human side, and the most successful teams in the future will figure it out and tap those people and deploy them in the right ways. And you might not have to be in a hotel to be able to sell the hotel anymore, because you'll be on your phone and understand the asset, and you have to find the way to connect with your customer. So again, wrapping it all up, it's not just speed anymore. We were so focused on speed for the longest time, right? The fastest person to get back their RFP is going to win the business. Now it's like, how well do we use technology to make the customer's job easier and then create a real human connection? And that's how I see the successful sales teams of the future.
So you'll have an AI RFP tool, and that person is maybe managing that. And then we will have 1 to 2 people who are in a purely hunting role. So to Nickole's point, they may not be on property. They're not doing site tours. They're not doing contracts. They're doing true business development. When we all have access to the same tools and the same information, we're all swimming in the same pond.
It's going to be the person that's excited to understand that it's really about the human connection that's going to drive the conversion. We're going to get there probably sooner than later. I think some people talk about 2030. This is absolutely coming in 2027.
It's lifeless. It looks like a transactional DMV website. There's no life. And ultimately, there's no trust.
With more AI, we need more human connection. Yeah. Listen, lean into who you are, pick up the phone, share a testimonial, be vulnerable, be real. If you need help, reach out and ask for it. But if we're going to start to build trust in our customers, we have to start showing them that we're thinking differently. The tools will evolve, the platforms will change, but people will always want to do business with people they trust.
How well know what they're trying to accomplish. And if we're not trained to be able to take it from what happens after RFP to really influence the sale by understanding them, we won't win that business and somebody else will. Ship the email. It's not perfect. Send the video, put yourself out there, ask someone for a referral, any of it over and over again. That builds that resilience and that confidence for you to say, oh, I can do it. None of us are perfectly poised, but people crave that. They want to see individualism. So this is your time to shine.
So that's what's big for me, is like, how do we stay relevant, and how do we stay fast, and how do we stay curious and excited and confident, but also understand that at the end of the day, we're still people trying to deliver fabulous experiences for other people.